The Epstein Files and a deal with Ukraine. It's 5 and 10 from Skywatch TV for Friday, February 28th, 2025. I'm Derek Gilbert. Our Friday 5, the 5 big stories of the week as we head into the weekend. Item number 5 today, Ukraine. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky expected in Washington, D.C. today to sign the deal, giving the United States access to mineral rights inside Ukraine. Those mineral resources include rare earth minerals, also some oil and gas. Zelensky describing the deal as preliminary, wants further agreements to include U.S. security guarantees to deter Russia, but Trump said the U.S. would not provide guarantees beyond very much. In other words, the United States is saying, look, you're going to have to sue for peace with the Russians, but the fact that we're on the ground there pursuing some economic benefit to the United States means we will be there to protect our interests and at the same time protect Ukraine. Meanwhile, oh, by the way, Trump also said, forget about joining NATO. That just ain't going to happen. Meanwhile, the talks last week in Saudi Arabia between the U.S. and Russia appear to have been productive enough, at least, to lead to more face-to-face talks. Those are scheduled for this coming Thursday in Turkey. This confirmed by Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov alongside the Emir of Qatar in Doha. The meeting scheduled for Istanbul, expected to focus on restoring diplomatic staff and full relations in both countries. During the Biden administration, there was a round, like a series of both countries kicking the diplomats of the other country, U.S. kicking out Russian diplomats and vice versa, as the relationship between the U.S. and Russia hit a low point since the end of the Cold War. Russia's Foreign Minister Lavrov said that the meeting in Istanbul will make it clear how fast and efficiently the sides can move forward. Item number 4 this week, Israel. Speaking of the Biden administration and relations with other nations, hitting a low point, our relationship with Israel at its lowest point really since about 1948 when Israel became a nation. Israel's finance minister in an interview this week said the U.S. arms embargo on Israel last year made it difficult for Israel to continue pursuing the conflict with Hamas. Bezalel Smotrich saying that Israel was actually forced to use munition kits from the Yom Kippur War in Gaza. Now, the Yom Kippur War was in 1973. So Israel forced to use munitions kits more than 50 years old, which Smotrich said meant that some of them just did not explode, and they have since, according to Smotrich, been salvaged and are now being repurposed by Hamas. Now, the dangerous thing about the deal that the hostages for Palestinian terrorist prisoners exchange means that going forward, according to Smotrich, quote, whoever wants to defeat the state of Israel and bring it to its knees only needs to kidnap Jews, end quote. It's horrible, but the difference between, say, Jews, Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, Zoroastrians, Jain, basically every other religion on earth for the most part, and violent Muslims, is that these other groups, Jews, Christians, Buddhists, Hindus, etc., value life the way violent Muslims value death. And so, yes, Smotrich isn't wrong. And the deal Israel made to get the hostages back, release 3, will release 100 terrorists, is a bad deal because it will lead to more bloodshed in the future. Topic number 3, the Epstein Files. I didn't talk about this yesterday because I wanted to wait and see what was supposed to happen. Attorney General, or what was going to happen, what was supposed to happen, didn't. Attorney General Pam Bondi had said that they would be released yesterday morning, but when she was going through the files, and she had told some in the media during interviews that, yes, these files are on my desk right now. But when she dug into the files, she smelled a rat because it was 200 pages of nothing special, flight logs and other things that had already been released. No smoking guns, no juicy names, nothing. It was just not what she was told she was going to get. She handed out binders of what she had to representatives of the alternative media. In fact, it was a photo op at the White House with conservative, right-wing, alternative media types and influencers holding up their binders. Look, I got one. I'll be honest. To me, that smelled like minor league. That just did not come across well. I mean, these are files related to a man who was convicted of sex trafficking of minors. This is not the kind of thing you should turn into a photo opportunity. If you got those files, just publish them. Let the public know what's out there instead of giving them to people who mainly have a following on, say, X or TikTok or whatever. And the fact that there was nothing there in those files made it seem, if you're old like me, you remember when Geraldo Rivera humiliated himself on live network television, said he discovered the vault of Al Capone, and then took a sledgehammer to knock down the brick wall that had sealed off the vault and found there was nothing in there? That's kind of what happened in D.C. on Thursday. However, according to Liz Wheeler, who was one of those alternative media sources at the White House, she said that a whistleblower let Attorney General Bondi know that the FBI field office in New York, or possibly the Southern District of New York, the U.S. attorney there, was holding on to the stuff that Bondi thought she was going to get. And so Pam Bondi on Thursday sent a letter to Kash Patel, new director of the FBI, said, "You will have these files on my desk by 8 a.m. Friday." Now, Patel is sympathetic with all of this, so I'm sure that there's somebody in New York who got an earful yesterday from Kash Patel. What happened today? Well, as of this recording, I don't know. But we will find out and have more for you on Monday, I'm sure. This would not only include the Epstein documents, but video and audio recordings. They were supposed to have been delivered to Pam Bondi's desk by 8 o'clock Eastern Time today, Friday. But as of this recording, again, I don't know whether that has taken place. We will see what happens. Item number 2, Pope Francis. Again, the eyes of more than 1 billion Roman Catholics around the world still on Rome. According to the Holy See press office, Pope Francis showed more signs of recovery on Thursday, but still more time needed to determine his medical prognosis. He's undergoing high-flow oxygen therapy, using a mask, respiratory physiotherapy sessions. Again, Pope Francis, 88 years old. He's been in frail health for a while. His symptoms not reportedly changing since Wednesday. He's dealing with double pneumonia and a very difficult strain of the whatever is causing the pneumonia. He's been hospitalized now for 2 weeks. The question, well, there are a couple of questions here. Number one, is the Holy See press office revealing his actual condition? Because, as I've said, when you are dealing with a religious hierarchy that oversees the religious fate, health, whatever, of 1.4 billion professing Roman Catholics around the world, there is some politics behind the scenes. There is a hierarchy, and there's a lot of money that is under the control of the Roman Catholic Church, and people who would want very much to be the ones in control of how that money gets spent. That is just a fact. And this is not unique to Roman Catholicism. It's just that Roman Catholicism is the largest denomination of Christian on planet Earth. Other denominations have similar politics going on behind the scenes. Anyway, so what is going on there? Is it possible that the Vatican is just delaying an announcement until certain things have been resolved behind the scenes? I have no way of knowing that, and just speculating. Secondly, since the Pope has been hospitalized for 2 weeks, and obviously not there in the Vatican itself to oversee day-to-day operations, who is really running things in the Vatican right now? It's kind of the same question we Americans asked about Joe Biden and the White House for the last 4 years. I'm sure we'll get more clarity on this next week. Coming up, do right answers matter for students of engineering? Apparently not in today's America. I'll explain next on 5 and 10.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can support the ministry of Skywatch TV and our continued efforts to share the gospel of Jesus Christ throughout the 4 corners of the world, and receive your very own copy of this urgent new work when you order the Rungs of Disclosure special offer. Not only does this incredible opportunity include L.A. Marzulli's new book, Rungs of Disclosure, but it also includes the Hybrid Age MP3 audio series on CD featuring Dr. Thomas Horn and Steve Quayle. prevail. But that's not all. Right now, this special offer also includes the legendary Official Disclosure MP3 audio series on CD, which is a value of $35 all by itself and features Dr. Chuck Missler, Gary Stearman, Michael Heiser, and so many more discussing the topic of alien activity all around the world through a biblical lens. Sold separately, these items hold a retail value of over $80. Yours now for your donation of only $45, which includes free shipping to all U.S. orders. But for a very limited time, you can upgrade your Rungs of Disclosure special offer to include the entire 10-DVD UFO Disclosure documentary series. Purchased separately, all of the items in the Rungs of Disclosure special offer with upgrade to include the entire UFO Disclosure 10-DVD documentary series would cost you over $280. Yours now for your donation of only $135, which includes free shipping to all U.S. orders. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. You can also visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the Rungs of Disclosure or the Rungs of Disclosure with UFO Disclosure 10-DVD documentary series upgrade right now.
Item number one today, you would think that there are certain fields of study like medicine, perhaps, engineering, physics, where correct answers really, really matter. But apparently that is not the case at the University of North Dakota State University, where they had a diversity page published on the section of their website devoted to engineering. That has since been removed, a website devoted to some of the silliness that abounds on our college campuses these days, asked the university for questions, and lo and behold, that diversity page disappeared because it offered some helpful suggestions for college professors in how to deal with students of color to help them succeed. For example, don't set deadlines for turning in homework assignments. Don't let wrong answers affect their grades. Oh, okay. When it comes to engineering, you would hope that, for example, in the case, and this is just a parody photo behind there, where if you've got a bridge with a cracked beam, you would want something a little more than duct tape to hold it together again. You would want the bridge to be designed by somebody who knows how to calculate the stresses, forces, tensile strength of the materials being used and get correct answers. Honestly, I don't care what color the engineer is who designed the airplane on which I'm flying, the color of the pilot flying the plane, the color of the doctor who is treating my medical condition. I just would like him or her to know what they're doing. Hopefully, President Trump's executive order banning diversity, equity, and inclusion goals at our colleges, universities, high schools is a step back towards sanity. Yes, correct answers do matter, especially in, engineering. This week on Skywatch TV, L.A. Marzulli is our guest. I had the honor of sitting in as host of the main Skywatch TV broadcast program as we discuss L.A.'s book, Rungs of Disclosure. And we discuss some of the differences between the UFO phenomenon, which is, the strange, mysterious lights in the sky, and the alien abductee, contactee phenomenon. Those are really separate issues. The former, sometimes secret government programs. The latter, that's demonic. Vicki Joy Anderson joins us on the panel, along with my best friend, Sharon K. Gilbert. Don't miss these shows. You can find them right now over the air. Our broadcast schedule posted at skywatchtv.com/channels, but you can get it right now on demand. We will broadcast on your schedule. You just have to have the Skywatch TV channel on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, if you got one of those. Got a smart TV preloaded with Roku or Fire TV. Add the Skywatch TV channel. It's free, and all of our video content, including these daily updates, come right to you. You can also watch it on the internet, youtube.com/@Skywatch Television, rumble.com. Oh, yes, remember, subscribe, share, click the bell for notifications, and hit the like button. Rumble.com/Skywatch TV, or download our free mobile app to your smartphone or tablet, iOS, Android, Amazon Kindle Fire. We've got all of those and links to those app stores at skywatchtv.com/app. You can follow 5 and 10 online. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe, share, click the bell for notifications. Hit that like button. And also on X, formerly Twitter, where we post links to important news stories at 5_in_10. And thank you for watching as we keep watch. Have a blessed weekend. I'm Derek Gilbert. This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.